What is up, y'all? Welcome into the Act First show, where we make sales simple for online coaches and high ticket closers. And welcome into day 25 of 30 days to a higher close rate, where I take a struggling online coach and increase his close rate in just 30 days. What we broke down today, we did more live sales objection role play. We put Hunter to the freaking test. We put his feet to the fire to see how he would respond. Now, in today's role play, we really broke down the finance objection, the I have to look at my budget objection, and the spouse objection. So if you struggle with the finance objection, it's too much money. If you struggle with I have to look at my budget, and or if you struggle with the spouse objection, you are not going to want to miss this video. Let's get into it.
Okay. All right. So like I said, we run muscle discipleship for 6 months. So there's two ways to get there. The first way is $4,000 on a payment plan. The second way to get there is $3,200 paid one time in full. So you get an $800 discount to go that way. So for you right now, what works better? Is it more of a payment plan or get the discount and do the paid in full?
I'm not sure. I'd really need to talk to my spouse about this and
Okay.
figure out what the best move for us is.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally get you want to talk to your spouse. I'm a husband. Most of the guys in this program are husbands. I'm not in the business of getting you in trouble over a big financial decision. So you mind if is it cool if I ask you a couple questions about this?
Absolutely.
I love it. So I guess the first thing is just tell me like more about their process. You know, we didn't really get into that while we were speaking. So like, what has her, involvement in this process been? Like, what kind of conversations have you had around your health, fitness, mindset, spiritual life? Like, what's been going on?
She was actually the one that pushed me to do it. It's
Love it.
just finding, the right payment structure for us and what's going to work, what's not going to work.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so that's kind of the biggest hang up right here is just like how to pay for this, correct?
Correct.
Okay, well, dude, let me ask you a couple questions on that. So, like, the first one being, is this still like top priority? I mean, I know you went through and you kind of cast this vision for me. You know, losing these 50 pounds, getting her attraction back, like being the leader, being the man, being the the father you want to be. Like, is that still top priority for you?
Oh, absolutely.
I love it. Okay, so next one, is just like you believe 110% that we, in this program, we can get you to that place of getting you to those goals, achieving all that stuff.
I believe so.
Okay. I love it. And as far as like time goes, you're good to go. Like, you have the time to commit to this. Nothing's an issue there.
I'm hoping I have enough time.
Okay.
I'm not. That's one of the other things that kind of worries me
Okay.
is this going to soak up a lot of my time and take away from my family too? And
sure.
so I have to weigh a lot of those.
I love that. Well, yeah, I mean, one of the things on the time, is just like we've done that math, for you. I mean, minimum effective dose here is about 5 hours a week. That includes your workouts, maybe some meal prepping, stuff like that. So as far as that is concerned, the time part, like, do you think you have 5 hours a week to commit to this goal?
I believe so.
Okay. I love it. Okay. So that's good. And the last question I have is just like, on your end, like, is there any sense of, fear, doubt, imposter syndrome? Like when you look inward, look at how you're feeling about your ability to do this and get this done. Like, do you feel like you have what it takes, or is there something holding you back?
I have a little bit of self-doubt.
Okay. Perfect. Okay. It's totally understandable. And so, the two big things I'm hearing now, or three big things, it's just like, how do we pay for this? Right. There's a little bit of doubt just in my ability to do it. There's a little bit of doubt on like, the time. Do we have the time? How's our schedule going to look? Like, nope.
You already solved the time. Don't bring that up.
Okay. Don't bring that up. Okay. So those two things, right? Is that it, or is there something else that's coming up for you right now?
I think that's about it. Another question I have is if you have a guarantee.
Okay. Yes, for sure. Well, let's go there. I love it. And I know this is, you really want to make a really good decision. Oh shoot. Sorry. Yes. Toothpaste break. Sorry guys.
Real life
Baby.
Here.
All right. Go out there and shut my door.
Looking like a lunchtime brush.
Dude, you got to get it, man. Look at these skills we're teaching right here. This is great. Okay. So, sorry, I got to get back into it, man. And so, yeah, I mean, let's go there. There's a lot to figure out here. Again, my whole heart right here is just to like help you problem solve, right? I just want to see you win at the end of the day. Okay, so when it comes to a guarantee, like I totally understand you want to, hear that, get that guarantee, and really, what I hear in that, because you've already mentioned like this program can definitely get you there, right? You have full faith there, all that kind of stuff. So what I hear there is like you really want this sense of certainty, right? Is that correct? That this is
Yeah.
going to work. And there's really nothing wrong with that at all, right? And what I've seen, I've done this a long time. I've had hundreds of guys go through this program. What I've seen over time is, there's going to be this like 10% of people, right, over here that always get a result, right? They get in, they crush it, they do really well. There's this other 10%, right, that just, dude, it doesn't matter what I do, how good what we do is, they're never going to get the results, right? So that leaves, 80% of people, right? That's really where you're at today. And what it comes down to, in terms of whether that's going to be a roaring success or a giant waste of time and money, is a couple things, right? It's consistency and commitment, right? And so that's really what it all comes down to. And so instead of asking, hey, do you have a guarantee? I think on my end, from what I've seen, from my perspective, a better question is going to be, do I have the commitment, and will I have the consistency to get to this goal? So what do you think when that comes up? Like, do you have will you have the consistency? Do you have the commitment to make this happen?
I hope so.
Yeah. Why do you hope so?
Well, I mean, we're all human, so,
Mhm.
we do falter from time to time. I can't say that I'm 100% going to be consistent all the time because,
Mhm.
life happens, life shows up for all of us. So that's kind of where I'm coming from there.
For sure. No, absolutely. But, in your mind, like, do you feel like you can, in, in your power, as best as you know how, be, um, just determined, right, to do these little things? I mean, it's going to be the little things like going to the gym, eating right, tracking, asking me questions, right? Like helping me help you, helping me coach you, all that kind of stuff. Like you can be committed to the little inputs that will lead to those outputs. What do you
Oh,
think?
for sure.
For sure. Yeah. I mean, 100%. And so, um, and past that, like you believe 100% that we are the program. I'm the coach that's going to take you there.
Yes.
For sure. Okay. And, again, I know that, you want to make a good decision, right? I know you want to, have your wife's input. I know that, you want to make sure this is the right decision, it's the right time, all of that. Like all of that is totally normal. You just want certainty, right? But I know earlier, you mentioned, hey, you've been in this spot for about 3 years now, right? Of having these extra pounds, feeling the way you have. It's been on your mind in the past to get moving and make something happen and get out of this spot, but it just hasn't happened yet. And so tell me, in your mind, what has delaying this decision cost you so far in your life?
My health, parts of
Mhm.
my marriage, relationships outside of my marriage.
Mhm. I love it. And so I don't love it, but I hear you, right? So it comes with a very big cost, right? Very big cost to delay this. And, the way I see all of this, right, is, there's two kinds of people, right? I say it like there's the pioneer and the settler, right? And it really comes down to who you want to be, right? Because there's going to be the person that gets there, right? They just say, hey, screw it. I don't care if I have enough time. I don't care what anybody thinks. I don't care if, I do this perfectly. I'm just going to put my hands to the plow and make it happen, right? They're the person that just acts, they move, they commit, they go all in on themselves, and eventually they get there. They lose the weight, they build the muscle, they create this life that they've always wanted, right? The other person is the person that will always, just be stuck, right? It's going to be that desire for absolute certainty, right? What does my wife think, right? Do I have the time? Am I going to, be consistent, right? Rather than just saying, no, I'm going to be the guarantee of all of those things. I'm going to make it happen, right? And so who do you believe you are right now? Are you the pioneer that just goes ahead and runs through brick walls and makes it happen? Or are you going to be the settler that just says, I don't know, I need more certainty?
I feel like I'm a little bit of both.
Hmm. For sure. So tell me more about that. Like what brings
Sorry, I'm gonna pause you there.
yeah. Okay.
Okay. I think when you frame it like that, that's the kind of response you're going to get is like, where do you think you're at right now? They're always going to say that they're kind of like leaning more towards the struggling side because they are,
Yeah.
right? That's why
Yep.
they're on the call. Always put them in the position where it removes you and removes them.
Yep.
So the frame that we want is the person that is successful.
Okay.
Let's say
Yeah.
Sarah's goal is to lose 100 pounds. Let's think about the person that successfully loses
Okay.
100 pounds. Are they going to let fear cripple them and hold them back from committing? Or are they going to overcome fear, push through that, and succeed? And then have to answer that question.
So the question's more.
It's having them think about the person who succeeds.
So it's more like what does that person do?
Correct. It removes them from the decision-making process.
Okay.
But then the very next question, are you going to be that person? Then puts the onus on them.
Yes, that's super helpful. Okay. Yeah, let's backtrack to that. So let's think about the two people in this position, right? So you have the one guy and he says
not even the two people, just the one successful person.
The one, okay. So let's think about, the person that really gets there, the man that achieves everything you're wanting to achieve, right? Does that guy, does he delay? Does he get in his head? Does he need this external validation from his wife? Does he need to make sure that he's got time, make sure that he's going to be consistent? Or does he just commit and go all in and put his hand to the plow and get to work? What does that guy do?
He shows up and just gets it done.
For sure. And so are you going to be that person?
For sure.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're committing to this. We're going to reach this goal once and for all?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. All right. That was a tricky one. I don't know if you'll ever get 4 objections in one. You might.
That was great, dude. I love it.
You might, but I like that. That was tricky, Sarah. I don't think there was much different I would have done. There was a moment where I would have handled like one at a time, right? Like she said fear, but she kind of said it in a way where it was like it's kind of a hindrance. So
That's what I felt. Yeah.
Yeah, I may have just said like, are we really going to let something as silly as fear hold you back? Like maybe I would have thrown that line in there.
Yeah.
And maybe we would have solved it quicker. And once she said like, oh, if she said like, no, it's a little deeper, then I would have went this route. But if she said, yes, that covers it, then I would have went right to the finances because that was the next problem to solve. So usually it's best to handle one objection at a time.
Yep.
I thought you did a good job. I truly probably wouldn't have changed anything.
Cool.
All right, Sarah, let's do it again.
Good job.
Okay.
Hey, babe, can you shut that door? Okay, so like I said, we run muscle discipleship for 6 months. So there's 2 ways to get there. The first way is $4,000 on a payment plan. The second way is $3,200 paid one time in full. So you get an $800 discount to go that way. So for you right now, what works better? Is it more of a payment plan or paid one time in full and get the discount?
I think like overall, it's just too much money for me.
Okay, for sure. Totally understand that. Is it cool if I ask you some questions on that?
Go right ahead.
So, when you think about this decision, this desire, this dream, like, is this still top priority for you to, lose these 50 pounds, get back to the sense of like, I'm the man, I'm leading, I'm doing what I said I was going to do. Like, is that still top priority for you?
Absolutely.
Okay. I love it. And so, and you still believe, regardless of finances, like this program 110% can help you accomplish that goal.
100%.
I love it. It's great to hear. So after, you've seen everything after our conversation, everything that's led up to this point, like, do you feel confident that you have the time to do this program? Like week over week, you have the time to make this happen?
For sure.
Okay. Awesome. And, last question I have is more just like about yourself. Like, do you have 110% belief in yourself that, you can accomplish this goal? Like there's zero, fear, there's no doubt, there's no imposter syndrome, there's no, I don't have what it takes. Like you're just ready to go and make it happen.
Yeah. I mean, I'm on the phone. I'm like on the call with you because I need help. So I'm obviously struggling. But yeah, I think I can do this with some guidance.
Okay. For sure. Absolutely. So, if I'm hearing you correctly, it's really just the finances that are holding you back at this point.
Absolutely.
Amazing. So, honestly, the finances are like the easiest part for me because I'm just looking for a few things, right? I'm looking for drive. I'm looking for the determination to get it done. I'm looking for alignment, making sure this is going to be a really fun, relationship for us to go down this road together. And so, are you open to getting resourceful with me so we can come up with a payment plan that's fair for you and fair for me?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So this is what we can do. We can do several things, but I think where we should start is this. So I do this all the time. What we'll do is we'll kind of go through your current finances, right? We'll go through, don't go there.
And what are we doing?
Is that too?
That's the budget objection.
That's just budget. So from here,
You pitch that down. That
we just go pitch down. Okay.
Yeah. What's the down payment? Yeah,
Okay.
because you already got her to say admit she wants to come up with a payment plan that's fair, right? So
So we're already there.
yeah, we're already there.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I need to back because I'm more. That can be a bad habit of mine to be like I want like exact numbers so that I can be like, yeah, we're just going to do this or that rather than I'm just repitching.
Overkill
For sure. That's good.
Yeah,
Okay,
well,
so
in this scenario, we never got to the pitch, right? Because we never even discussed any payment plans yet.
right. Okay. Cool. So just go straight into that. Okay, so what we do typically on a payment plan is we'll do a down payment and then figure out how we're going to split everything else out from there. Okay, so most of the guys that join this program, they're putting down anywhere from $500 to $1,500 down. So out of that range, what works best for you?
Oh man, I would have to say I could only do probably 350 today.
350 a day. Okay, great. So, so Chad, I feel like that is more where it'd be like, okay, let's kind of get into numbers, or would you just jump straight into downsell from there if it's 350?
What's the price of your program?
So on split, it'd be four grand. So 350 doesn't really get us anywhere. What I've done in the moment when this has happened over the last few weeks has been like, well, dude, let me just pull up my calculator. Let me look at some things, blah, 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 blah. And then it's just like, okay, so realistically, let's do this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, right here, if you wanted more information and you feel like you have good rapport with them, you could just straight up ask them like, all right, so we could do 350 down. It's going to make your monthly payments a little bit higher. Do you have anything like maybe some extra savings, some
Yes.
extra, credit card line, right? And just like kind of figure out their finances from there.
Yeah. That's
Before
where
before we go down sell.
Yeah, for sure. That's kind of where I would automatically go. Do you want to play that out?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do that. Okay. So, so 350 down. I mean, let me run some math here. So if we go like 4,000 minus 350 divided by 6. So, I mean, your monthly payments are going to be pretty high at that, right? Over like $600 if we go that route. So tell me this, like, do you have any, savings? Like, how's your savings look right now?
It's scary, but I mean, I have some things saved away.
Okay. Are you comfortable sharing like what that is?
I have about 1,200.
1,200. Okay. So 1,200 is great. Where do you know where like checking is at right now?
Not off the top of my head.
Okay, cool. So what we could do, is I want to figure out what numbers work. Okay. So I do this all the time.
How much they have in credit.
Okay. What about credit? Like, are you holding over? Are you paying any debts off, or how's your credit score?
My credit score.
Ask them if they have any credit, like a credit.
Just credit straight up. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, do you have any credit?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Do you know what your score is off the top of your head?
It's about 700.
Okay, great. Okay. So actually, hey, if that's the case, let me.
So, sorry, maybe I'm not being clear, but
no.
Some people might have credit cards already, and maybe they have $1,000 in credit they can use, right? So instead of opening up a new line with like a financing, just maybe even use the credit card they already have.
Right, for sure. That's what. Yeah. So,
So I would just say, okay, awesome. So you have some credit. How much do you have on credit?
Like what more? So like, what's the limit? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah. For example, like, my credit card, let's say my credit card's a $30,000 limit, but I have $10,000 I could spend on it right now.
Right. Okay. Cool. Okay. Yeah. Understood. Okay. So that's awesome. You got $700 score. So how much credit do you have available today on those cards?
Between the three of them, about 15,000.
15,000. Okay. Awesome. And so here's what we could do. Let me see here. Let me run these numbers.
So what you could do here to work backwards is you could say, you can do the reverse. So you could say like, okay, cool. Do you like larger payments more spread out, or do you prefer
Right.
to have monthly payments?
Okay.
Okay, awesome. You prefer to have monthly payments. Okay, cool. Do you feel like 400 is like a good number for you? All right, let's see what you'd have to put down to achieve that.
Perfect. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Understood. Okay. So with that, like, if we are splitting this payment out, like, do you prefer like bigger chunks, like more spread out, or more just like monthly payments?
Monthly payments
Okay.
for
Do you
now.
have a number on the top of your head that like works within your budget right now?
Not off the top of my head, no.
Okay.
So here, that is the response that you would get.
For
I
sure.
would throw a number out,
Throw a
like
number out.
a number
Okay.
that you want.
Okay. So let's say, we go, what about $500 a month?
I could do that.
You could do that. Okay. So $500 a month times 6, right? Over the 6 months we're doing this, that's $3,000, right? We need to come up with another 1,000. Okay. So, does 1,000 work for you for a down payment?
Yeah, I can make
Okay.
that work.
Okay. So what we'll do is I will send, so what we'll do is I'll write all this up. I have to get a couple new links made, but we'll do $1,000 down today. Okay. Get you rolling. Everything is good to go. And then we'll cover the rest, in terms of monthly payments. Okay. So that'll be $500 a month. So are we committing to this?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do it. And then I'll just share my screen. But
Yeah, and then you walk them through the payment process, the contract process.
Mm.
I'm happy we're role playing the money part. I
Yes.
think we might need a little bit more work on this, but the best advice I can give is just be direct, be a leader,
Yeah.
like guide them down the path. Doesn't mean be an asshole and a dick, but like
Yeah,
don't be afraid to like throw the number out there.
I think that's the biggest thing for me is just like ask for what you want and don't feel bad about it, right?
Yep.
Because I have a tendency to just go to like problem solving mode, and
Yep.
I'm like kind of babying them, and so I think just be more like, dude, let's do this, let's do this, let's do this. How's that hit you? Cool.
Yeah. Think like you're talking to your wife, right? Like be gentle but direct. Like
Yeah.
like it doesn't mean you have to be like hard, like a hard up.
Right. Yeah,
You know?
for sure.
Cool. All right,
Perfect.
let's get one more on.
Cool.
And let's with this one, whatever you give Sarah, let's role play the money part again.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay.
Okay, so like I said, we run muscle discipleship for 6 months. So there's 2 ways to get there. The first way is $4,000 on a payment plan. The second is $3,200 paid one time in full, so you get an $800 discount to go that route. So for you today, what works better? Is it more of a payment plan or more of a paid in full with a discount?
Before we do any kind of movement, I really need to check my budget.
Okay, I love it. Totally understand if you need to check your budget. Is it cool if I ask you some questions on that?
Go right ahead.
I love it. And so, first thing I have is this still like top priority for you to reach? Like, I know, we've been talking about losing these 30 pounds, like, getting fit, getting strong, feeling a lot better, not being sick as much. Like, is that still like top priority for you?
Absolutely.
I figured for sure. And you still believe our program can 110% help you accomplish that goal?
Yes.
Okay. I love it. So after you've seen, everything on my end, like how we do it, why we do it, do you feel confident, you have the time for this program?
Yes.
Okay. I love it. How about yourself? Like, program aside, like, do you have 110% belief in yourself that you can accomplish this goal? Like, there's no fear right now. There's no doubt, no imposter syndrome.
None whatsoever.
Let's go. I love it. So if I'm hearing you correctly, you really just have to check your budget. And that's the main concern right now.
Yeah, this is solely financial for me.
That's great. That's actually, the easy part for me, honestly. So I've done this with plenty of clients before, but, I can kind of walk you through your budget with you right now, and we can see if this makes sense, right? If it doesn't, then no pressure at all. But, we can at least get some clarity around this. Does that sound fair to you?
Yeah.
I love it. Okay. So what we're going to do is, do a little exercise. Okay. I'm going to pull out, my notes here. And really, we're just going to go line by line, kind of look at everything that's an expense, income, all that kind of stuff. So let's start at, rent or mortgage. What are you paying on that every month?
Sorry to interrupt you, Hunter, but you said if it doesn't work, no pressure at all, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Keep going.
Yeah.
My mortgage is about $1,500.
$1,500. Okay, sweet. And then what about cars?
That's about $700.
$700. Okay. Let's do food. Let's do like groceries.
That's about $1,000 a month.
1,000. Okay. And then what about like eating out?
That's a rare occasion kind of thing.
Okay.
$100 to $200 a month.
Okay, we'll say 200. Are there any other like big expenses, like, loans, debts, like anything else that is a big hit every month?
I have some credit card debt. That's really about it.
Okay, what are you paying on that every month?
It's about 300.
300. Okay, cool. And so let me add that up right quick. So we got 1500 on mortgage. We got 700 on cars. We've got 1,000 on groceries. We'll say 200 on eating out, and then $300 on the credit card. So about $3,700 a month on that stuff. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay, perfect. And so what about income? What are you guys bringing in every month?
Right now I'm bringing in about 3K and my wife brings in about 3K.
3K. Okay, so you got about 6,000 total every month to play with.
Roughly.
Okay, perfect. So, so we've got about, what is that?
23.
23. So 2,300 left over. Does that sound about right?
About that, yeah.
Okay, I love it. So, with what you have left over, I mean, honestly, I feel really confident we can make a payment plan that fits, is fair for you, it's fair for me. Are you open to getting resourceful with your finances so we can figure this out and reach this goal once and for all?
Yeah, for sure.
I love it. Okay. So, what we would do, so with 2,300, right? I'm assuming, or no, I don't want to say that.
Down payment.
Boom, 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 boom.
So
Yeah,
you
so
go
yeah,
right
go
into
ahead.
the payment plan structure.
Yeah. So the way that we, in terms of like splitting this payment up, what we typically do with most of our clients is they'll do a down payment, right? And then we'll kind of figure out how the rest of the payment is broken up. But first, we'll just focus on the down payment. So most guys are doing anywhere between, $500 to $1,500 down. So out of that range, what would work for you today?
500.
500. Okay. So let me run that math right quick. 4,000 minus 500, 35 divided by 6. So monthly payments would be about 583 per month. How does that sit with you?
It's a little high, but I think I could manage it.
For sure. I mean, that's less than a quarter of what you have left over every month. So I feel great about that. And so what do you say? Are we committed to this?
Sure.
Okay, let's go. So I'm going to share my screen. I'll kind of walk you through the payment. We'll get the down payment taken care of. I'll get you set up on the app and in school, get you connected to the guys, and we'll be off to the races. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Awesome. Hey, I'm super, super proud of you. This is a big step. You should be very proud of yourself.
Beautiful. Good. Yeah, I could tell you want to over explain yourself with the payment side, but we'll work that out. So with every objection, excuse me, with every objection practice moving forward, we'll throw in the payment plan structure.
That's good.
practice.
That's super helpful. Yep.